The Song of Significance by Seth Godin. Alright guys, I'm back. Brand new apartment, new job, new car. I'm just kidding, I haven't made it that far yet with the car. And I'm feeling pretty good about it, but let's see what I think about this. Seth Godin finally puts out another book. This is the marketing expert. I looked it up and this dude has a pile of books out already. And namely a handful of them are considerably popular. The home runner that really put him on the map was Purple Cow. Godin became known later on for his spacey, out-of-the-box approaches and ways of thinking toward applications of real-world examples by businesses big and bigger. The last book he came out with was The Practice in 2020, which was much less like this and didn't put his unique perspective toward many of those real-world examples, which was something I wasn't so crazy about. But how is this one? Okay, is it good? What's it about? What can we learn from it? What is the Song of Significance? Like, what does that mean? What kind of material does Godin have to bring to the table this time? Let's talk about it. Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description, and if you buy anything through those links, like maybe this book, then I make commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos. You can also check out this book and many others on my Amazon storefront. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal. Because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. So I think there are 8 chapters, but I couldn't tell. Nothing is numbered, but some of them are so much shorter than others that it's like, is this even a chapter? I don't know. If this isn't the first review you've checked out of mine, you guys know that I can get sort of weird and nitpicky about chapters and formatting. AKA, if it's chapter 2 or 3 or whatever, it might not be that exact chapter number, but based on what I was just saying. Chapter 1, Toward Significance. It's very peculiar to me, for some reason, the way that he compared the survival instincts of bees around and after wintertime to what's going on to what we do nowadays to meet our existential needs. The Song of Significance, in Godin's words, is what motivates us to do the work that cannot be automated, mechanized, or outsourced. And this is the song that humans sing together. What is? You see what I'm talking about when I say spacey? What exactly is he talking about? This chapter contained this in and out rant about industrialism today and how it captures people seeking safety and shackles people seeking this significance. I think by significance he's talking about meaning and doing work that means something. The easiest thing I think someone could critique Godin over is probably how unspecific some of his stuff can be, like doing work that matters. Matters to who? Or to whom? And why? Like, what kind of work? What does this mean? What is it exactly? What specific things, Seth, are you trying to convey to us? Chapter 2, What Happened to Management? The beginning of this chapter was kind of scary. It began with a very interesting analysis of why and how Amazon lost more than $8 billion to turnover. 1/3 of new workers stayed more than 3 months. Pretty crazy, right? I mean, think of how many workers Amazon has. I think they have pretty close to 1 million people. But this is such an urgent problem. I think right now, like this book just came out a month or 2 ago. They're starting to worry about running out of new people to hire. And I really don't know if that's a good problem to have. People say this about businesses like Amazon. Oh, you know, you have too many orders to fulfill. That's a good problem to have. I don't know about something like this. They might be in danger of depleting all available labor supply in several major US cities. One reason for this is that they work so hard on promoting people into management, and another is that almost no one there is asked to use their best judgment. I'm guessing because of, if you know anything about Amazon, you know that they have, I think it's like 13 leadership principles that they basically force you to abide by at pretty much all costs. I have to say, there's something tricky about this book though. It seems like he's trying to touch on so many different topics. At first, what I was hoping for is that he would explain what the hell is going on in today's American workforce in terms of turnover and being short on staff. And I figured he might equate that to like the lack of significance in the work that these people feel like they're doing. Chapter 3, This Time with Meaning. I once saw a clip of Simon Sinek, a big leadership author on impact theory, and he said something that really stood out to me about like the younger generation of workers. Mind you, this was like 6 years ago, but I wouldn't be surprised if people still feel this way. That he runs into so many younger people just getting out of school or college, and they land this fantastic paying job with benefits and everything. He's like, oh, that's awesome. And they're like, yeah, but I want to quit. Why would you want to quit? That's amazing. And you know what they tell him? They tell him they don't feel like they're making a big enough difference. Give people a reason to feel like they're making a difference. Find a difference for them to make. 50 years ago, a guy named Ray Anderson once started a carpet company, and they sold a bunch, but no sale was too small, and they worked themselves to the bone. All of a sudden, they hear a complaint from someone saying they're not going to buy for environmental reasons. Sometimes all it takes is a complaint that can change your entire life. For me, it was a comment. He looked into it, read a book, and challenged his engineers to find a way to make sustainable carpets and flooring, products that produce energy instead of waste it. They now manufacture commercial luxury carpet tile and hard surface flooring. Check out their website. Just for a second, it's called interface.com. There's a whole section about what makes their products sustainable, and they have a gorgeous selection. Chapter 4 is the commitments. This section about stress and tension stood out. Stress is the unhappy feeling of wanting two things at the same time, to stay and to go, to speak up and to shrink back, to get this done and to get that done. When we're stressed, our brains undermine our well-being and are unlikely to find love, joy, or significance. But tension is a feeling that leads toward forward motion. Tension is a symptom of Pressfield's resistance. Tension is a countdown, a deadline, or a budget. Tension is the process of finding the answer to a riddle or a question that opens up a possibility. Tension always accompanies change, and change is the hallmark of significance. Chapter 5, let's get real. New skills for a new way of work. Come on guys, let's get real. Seriously, this chapter is about communication, speaking and listening to one another, and learning about the impact that we make and the changes we produce. I didn't get that much out of this chapter. Dare to Lead by Brené Brown is a great book I'd recommend with more information on this concept. Chapter 6 is what we make and how we talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna come clean here. I listened to this chapter maybe 4 times. And I have nothing to say about it. Chapter 7 is meetings are a symptom. Godin doesn't have a spacey way of looking at meetings. It's actually, it's more of a strict issue with most of them. He said that the meeting culture is designed to assert a manager's control. This dude is very, I don't know if I'm using this word correctly, but I think he's very anti-establishment. And he said that there's nothing wrong with meetings, but there's a lot wrong with meetings that are lazy, ineffective, or manipulative. Chapter 8 is creating a significant organization. Overall, it does not read like his other books. The main idea of it brings together meaningful work, and it does it by putting the meaning on people and treating them as the most powerful asset. Not their energy and labor, but your focus on their needs, wants, and values as employees, partners, and associates. The manifesto that is Song of Significance ties this in with like innovation, success, and effective long-term change. Treat people like humans, not resources. On a side note, I think it'd be interesting to run across a book that really does address that staff shortage of today. I think that'd probably be a pretty popular book, even if it's written by like a first-time author, if it's marketed pretty well. But like this one, it kind of sidesteps that by addressing like the significance of work and how humans are sonically connected to it. But I don't think this book is as relevant as it could be, or as it hopes to be. Nonetheless, this is nothing for me to really zonk Godin for. I think the reason why is that hopefully you can tell by now that he's not the type of analytical, more statistical centric nonfiction author. And if you asked him to write a book about that, I'm pretty sure this is the type you'd get from him. Quotes: "When you dance on the edge of infinity, there's always enough because you're not taking opportunity from anyone else. You're creating it. Pushing creators for short-term metrics almost always backfires. The planet doesn't need more successful people, but it does desperately need more healers, peacemakers, storytellers, and lovers of every kind. All of us are smarter than any of us. Supporting human dignity is more than a moral obligation. It's also a competitive advantage. Reaffirming your status or control isn't worth an hour of my day." Direction 1. I recommend this book for anyone who wants to find more meaning in the work they do. Direction 2. If you like this book, this is still on the list, guys. The Thank You Economy by Gary Vaynerchuk. Whether you like Gary Vee or not, check this out. This was published years before he blew up, and his management, customer service, and digital marketing insights in it are unusually humane, uncompromisingly airtight, and uncannily timeless. The Song of Significance by Seth Godin. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out and read the reviews. That and all the other books I mentioned in this video, if you want to check those out too. If there are any other books that you guys want me to check out and review, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you checked out this book and you liked it. But hey, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.